catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat pack in the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the trade, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yeah! Welcome to the Basement Sports Game. Welcome to the Basement Sports Network post-game show. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd, and I'm fucking surrounded. All whites, everywhere that you look. That's the new symbol. That's the new symbol for all these white people that's right here. So let me introduce this panel. Before we get this started, I want to thank my guy Brian with the 199. Don't know. He said they only give a damn against good teams. LMAO. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. But before we get started with this game, let me introduce the panel. We got, as my man LJ like to call him, the Thunder from Down Under. My boy George. George, how you feeling tonight?
Feeling good. We had dominant Bam. What's not to feel good about? When we finally get first option Bam, he's my favorite player. He should be your favorite player too.
Since y'all brought him up, I'm gonna throw it to him. The boy Ant Donardo pulling up one time. Ant, how you doing?
Man, I mean, the aggressive Bam was nice, and not to steal Alex's shine, I see his name, but on a night that Highsmith plays 3 minutes, I'm feeling wonderful.
Ooh, music to my motherfucking ears. And he just alluded to him, one of the many Alexes that we have in the network, my least favorite Alex. Alex Shupman, how you doing tonight, my boy?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, my agenda might be in a little bit of shambles, but that's okay, because I think a loss tonight put us below the Lakers in the standings, and I can't ever root for that shit. So, I'll take the W for now.
No, for sure. I take the W's wherever we can get them at this point in the season. So we want to thank the Reaper with the 499. Don't know. He said Oladipo to answer time, bench time to get a big next to Bam. Reaper, that's a nasty ass agenda for them $5. Oladipo is not the answer to nothing. But Miami did get a 115-110 win over the LA Clippers tonight. A game that I honestly did not expect to go the way that it did. We got a lot of good Jimmy early, got a lot of good Bam in the second half, got Tyler being a person in the fourth quarter, good Caleb. Drew Smith played. That was a thing. Highsmith, 4 minutes, not 3 like you guys are alluding to. Oladipo minutes. We got a lot of shit from a lot of places. So, we're going to let George start tonight. George, give me your thoughts on the game.
Like I alluded to before, the 99% of this is just going to be about aggressive Bam. Aggressive Bam is the player that we all want to see. And the fact that we had no real playmaker tonight. We had no Lowry. We had no Gabe Vincent, it's a shame. I love to see Gabe Vincent when he gets to start because he finally gets to show why he's still on the roster and not he's just another casualty of the G League affiliate of ours. But we had Drew Smith play 22 minutes, and he was ass. He was so bad. He is so bad. This is finally the time when we say, fuck off for good. Get the fuck out of my face. Jamar Abuya is still playing. He's still amazing. Get him in, please. Screw Drew Smith. Shut up and shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Jimmy was our real playmaker tonight, and this is like giving me glimpses back to the 2020 run when Jimmy was the predominant ball handler, and I'm not angry with it because he also shot 10 for 12. When the hell are we going to get another night where Jimmy has 26, Bam gets 31? I love these games where they both have good games. He only missed 2 shots and 1 free throw, but and 4 steals as well. This is one of the best Jimmy games of the regular season so far, and I can be nothing but grateful for it. Caleb had a good game. Caleb did what he needed to do. And he did it at the power forward position. No SF, the PF, baby. He is so inconsistent. And I dropped him from my fantasy team, and he's done this, and I'm fucking angry about it. He also played 40 minutes. Max Strus is not looking like he's worth that $14 million extension that people were saying, and I was saying too. Oladipo looks like crap, but he's going to take some time to get back into it. Dewayne Dedmon didn't play badly, which is amazing, which for him is basically Hall of Fame game. But yeah, the one thing I did want to bring up, though, was the final 5 minutes execution was so fucking bad. I wanted to gouge my eyes out. We had so much weak coverage, so many turnovers, so much crap.
We're a bad team that won a game, George.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
We are still that same team, but we won tonight. Like that's
when the game's in the balance and we're down, but we're up by 5. You can't have Bam chuck it to Tyler and Tyler just do one of these, and then the ball goes straight out of bounds.
Hey, it's going to happen, so get used to it. And give me your thoughts on tonight's game.
George, you had Caleb Morin on your fantasy team. What the hell's the logic there?
He's the last pick.
That's a homer pick if I ever seen one.
We play categories.
Listen, man, you talked about Bam and about. I want to address the Drew Smith thing real quick because I'm pretty sure we all had the same reaction today when we saw and this man Freddie saying the Clippers didn't have Kawhi. As soon as we saw that news too, I think we all had an idea of where this game was going, just like it did last year, twice versus LA, and that did not happen. But when we all saw the Drew Smith news, I think we all kind of looked at this and said, great. Just when you think things can't get worse, you're going to get a heavy dose of Drew Smith tonight. But the reason I said that I like Drew Smith and that he's better is simply because he's not Kyle Lowry. At the end of the day, they're doing the same shit out there, and Drew Smith is getting paid a hell of a lot less. So he can stay in my starting lineup as long as he can, because best case scenario with Lowry's off this team by the middle of January. But anyways, George pretty much covered it. It's pretty clear the big story from the game is your 2 stars played like stars. And I think Jimmy and Bam are both guys that are capable of playing at this level. It's just not something we've seen that often. But obviously when you can, you're going to get these type of games. But I really just want to shout out Caleb Morin. He's been on an incredible stretch these last couple of weeks shooting the ball. And he doesn't get talked about enough because all year we've been talking about this team needs a power forward, this team needs a power forward. And they do. But the fact that he's playing a role that's so far from what he should be, but still having like a relatively successful season. Like if you ask any Heat fan about Caleb Martin this year, they'll say, yeah, he's been pretty straight. He's been good. If you ask him about Highsmith, they'd say he sucks. So I just want to give credit to Caleb Martin that being forced in a role he should not be playing and still like not pissing people off, playing well and shooting the ball at a phenomenal rate of late. I just want to give him some credit because I think it's well-deserved.
Yeah, Caleb hit them threes in the first half. And that kind of kept us in the game. So, you got to give Caleb some credit. He's also an athlete, so it's always nice to have some of those. I think the main point that you guys both hit is beautiful. This is the big game from your 2 stars. Jimmy and Bam stepped up with Kyle being out. One of the more interesting parts of that was them playing together, their pick and roll game. I do want to get into that some. We'll dissect that a little bit after we get Alex's thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I don't know why we led with the Drew Smith slander. He's 1-0 as an NBA starter. What more can you ask for?
He got on the floor and got the fuck out the way.
Exactly. His stats tonight: 2 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 5 shots. How many Kyle Lowry games of this season have we seen with that? And he's making $28 million more dollars. So I'm kind of with Ant on this. If we're gonna get the same level of production, why not go with Drew Smith? But no, I want to hit, on the same points as you guys did, really. I saw Jimmy Butler pass to Bam on a pick and roll more tonight than the last 3 years combined. So,
I've never seen it.
It was a thing of beauty. I do think we just need to continue utilizing Bam as the number 1 offensive option. Jimmy seems to be content with, getting 12 points in the first quarter and then disappearing for 2 fucking quarters. So why not? Tyler was pretty ass tonight. He looked good for like 3 minutes and was shit the other 20 minutes, 25 minutes, however many fucking minutes he played. So
he played 39 minutes.
Yeah, that's too many, whatever. And then, Caleb deserves a shout too, because honestly, if I'm trading away the entire roster, I'm keeping Bam and Caleb. The dude is a bargain on the contract that he's on. He has improved his 3-point percentage drastically, I think. And he just does so much defensively. He's very versatile. He can guard, 3, maybe even 4 positions at sometimes. So, good win. No scoot. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, fuck the agendas for tonight. Like, I just want to kind of focus on what was happening on the court. And we're going to thank Brian for the $9.99. Don't know. He said, I know we had some bad L's, but to be honest, we are one Highsmith and Dedmon replacement from somewhat decent team again, but trade Herro, who Brandon Boston dunked all over. Brandon Boston did put that boy in the body bag. Yeah, being a decent team is not that far-fetched for Miami. Miami could be a decent team with their current roster, but they are not a decent team, and I don't think you want to make a trade to be a decent team. You want to be a championship contender or put yourself in position for future moves that could put you in that light. So, yeah, just trying to be average. That ain't my bag. I ain't gonna say it. But either way, I do want to focus on Jimmy and Bam because that to me, not just one of them in particular, it's the way that they both. Alex, you kind of alluded to it. Jimmy scores a bunch in the first, and then he disappears, and usually we don't have anybody to pick up that slack. Tonight, Bam picked it up. And then when Jimmy came back in, Jimmy didn't stop that. Like, it looked clunky at first, but when Jimmy came back, Jimmy was looking for Bam. And so we're going to go in reverse order. Alex, you said it. Like, we've seen that more tonight, that pick and roll where it's actually functional. We've seen that more tonight than we've seen the entire time together. Why do you think that was?
I don't know. It could be like a Kyle Lowry thing, like you said a little bit earlier. Bam started off really slow. I think he was like 1 for 4 to start, but then I think Tyler ran a pick and roll with him, and he, ended up getting a bucket off of it. And then Jimmy ran like back-to-back pick and rolls with him at one point, and that's when I think everyone on Twitter, like, their eyes just got huge, and they were like, "Oh my God, what is happening? I've never seen this before." But then, it continued. So it's like, I don't know if it's a ball handling thing where Kyle is usually the predominant ball handler, and Jimmy maybe took over that role tonight. But we saw Bam explode with Tyler Herro averaging like 10 assists over the course of 3 games. And it was primarily off Bam and Tyler pick and rolls. And then Jimmy comes back and we stop spamming that action. And Bam has his 2 worst games in a row for, that 5-game stretch. So it was good to see them get back to that tonight. And you saw another 30-point Bam game. So I'm down to just fucking spam this 2K ass move the rest of the year. If that's what makes Bam a 30-point per game guy, I do not care.
Yeah, give me your thoughts on the Jimmy Bam pick and roll tonight, Ant.
Yeah, so I know Alex said it might be like a Kyle Lowry thing. I'm not so sure just because I assumed Tyler Herro would get a lot of that just because we have seen that connection with him and Bam. So I thought we'd see more of that without Lowry. But again, with or without Lowry, we've seen that from Tyler. So I was actually pretty surprised to see it from Jimmy. I was disappointed in Jimmy at first because it seemed like he was passing the ball a lot to begin with. I know Drew Smith got the first 2 shots of the game, and I'm like, what the hell is Jimmy doing? Y'all about to be 4 games under. This is the night he needs to take 20 shots. But he found a pretty good balance, and obviously a lot of that facilitating was the Bam. It was nice to see. The only unfortunate part is I don't see why this would randomly become the standard for the rest of the season, nor do I think it necessarily has to be. I know there's been a lot of talk on Twitter, people basically saying that your 2 best players have to play well together as a unit, like as far as a 2-man game. But I kind of disagree with that just because I know a lot of the advanced numbers of the team while they're on the court are phenomenal. So whether they're playing off each other directly, I don't think really matters because I think a lot of their impact is indirectly. Besides, as long as you got guys that can feed Bam like Lowry and Tyler have done a great job doing this year, and obviously Jimmy can get his when he wants, I don't think their 2-man game is as important as a lot of people are making it out to be. But it was nice to see that.
I want to give you a little pushback on that.
Yeah,
because I think if you're gonna maximize what this team is capable of, then you need to put defenses in a position to be compromised. And I think the best way to do that is to have your 2 best players in action. And up until now, we haven't been able to do that. So there's been some limitations in the pick and roll game because of the person that Bam is playing pick and roll with. If you have him and Jimmy in there, Jimmy is capable of more things than anybody else on the roster. He's more effective. He's more of a threat. He can draw more attention. He just hasn't been passing Bam the damn ball.
Yeah, if they run Tyler and Bam in a pick and roll, Jimmy can body his way into the rim if he decides to keep the ball, and Tyler can't do that. And Jimmy can get to the line more. So you need to run those 2 in the pick and roll more because you will see more points produced off of it.
Yeah, maybe that's why we haven't seen Jimmy been consistently effective this year, is because he hasn't been involved in a lot of those actions. But I mean, I get what you're saying, Royal. To put pressure on the defense, you want your two best players involved. I was just kind of making the argument that they don't have to be involved together. As long as they're being effective in one way or another, I think it still puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And obviously, Bam's had a superstar all-NBA first team last 2 or 3 weeks. And that hasn't been because of Jimmy. So I don't care whether it's because of Tyler, Lowry, or Jimmy. At the end of the day, he's still putting that pressure on the defense, which he's been unstoppable for really the last 2 or 3 weeks. I'm getting to the point with Bam starting to change my mind on him a little bit. I was very hesitant on him coming into this year, but I'm sure we'll talk more about Bam throughout the show. But yeah, no, it was nice to see Jimmy and Bam go off tonight together. But I just think that two-man game, the importance is kind of overplayed a little bit.
I think I agree with you to an extent. I do want to make sure I put this in context. I agree, Royal, because cuss Drew out, please. Oh, give me a second, bro. Give me a second. I might try a little something. But no, I think I agree with you to a certain extent because in my viewpoint, I think everybody on the team should be trying to get Bam the damn ball. I think what it is that everybody else, there are other people in the pecking order of this team. Like our best players have been able to find some type of way of getting Bam the ball, and Jimmy hasn't. So to see him do it tonight is just another thing in our toolkit. Like it was something that we couldn't go to ever. And now, like you see it tonight, and it's like, okay, there can be something there. George, was this a flash in the pan, one night only type deal? Or like, do you think Miami will look at this game as kind of like a building block for Jimmy and Bam's chemistry on the floor?
I think Spo's always evolving the way that we play. He's always going to be keeping it in mind and stuff like that. It worked in the past having Jimmy as the primary ball handler as well. And sorry, I'm going to have to agree with Alex and Royal as well on that point about the pick and roll. Jimmy just has such a the whole point of the pick and roll is to get the players to overcommit on the ball handler and then have the roll straight to the rim with pretty much less defense than they should be if they were doing it by themselves. Jimmy is the best player for that only because of how physical he is. And the fact that he can beat the crap out of you on the dribble as well. He can pull up from mid-range. He can take it to the rack. And all the players, and every defender is going to know that. So it's going to be a lot easier for that to happen as well. I think Spo will integrate this a bit more. He might even do like a mid-game switch-up sort of thing, having Jimmy as a primary ball handler as well. If you think we have size issues now, imagine what's going to happen if we take Jimmy out of the league and we're going to be starting Max Strus at small forward, Caleb at power forward, but having Jimmy at point guard. That's going to be hilarious. But in the long run, I think it works as well. I thoroughly enjoy that idea of having Jimmy back at point guard. If we can build the right team around that, having him as a primary ball handler, it takes a lot of what he needs to do, to actually maximizes what he needs to do as well. He was 2 of 2 from 3 today. That's what I really want to highlight as well. Being 2 of 2 from 3, he knew when to take the shot. Took 2 of them, made both of them. It's good for his confidence as well. But I don't know. I like Jimmy at the primary ball handler spot. And the thing with Lowry as well, the reason why it worked so well today is because Lowry's out, but not for the reason why you think. Lowry plays an obscene amount of minutes without Jimmy or Bam on the court. He does. He has for a long time. He works so much with the second unit without he has to push the tempo and look for his own shot and play the perimeter as well. He has to do all of these things. That when Bam comes in, he's playing with Bam. His focus isn't on trying to maximize Bam. He's trying to maximize everyone on the court as well as trying to get his own. So I'm not saying keep him, and this is an excuse for him. I would trade that guy in a fucking heartbeat for any other point guard that's capable or better. But I still think that he's a victim of the way Spo is playing him in the rotation. You're not going to pick and roll with Dwayne Dedmon, coming off the thing. He's not going to be doing that. So when Bam does come in, it's just not second nature to him to try and get that going as soon as Bam's in the game.
I don't know if I agree with you about wanting Jimmy to be the primary ball handler. Hold on. Let me think about that as I read this Dono note. I want to thank Brian for the $4.99 Dono. He said, I gave up on this squad looking championship worthy a while ago, Royal. He said, especially after these motherfuckers ain't make any moves in the offseason. My brother, you are right here with me. The Reaper, thank you for the $1.99 Dono. He said, Lowry trash, Jimmy the new point guard. That's kind of what they were just talking about. So I don't mind Jimmy having more of the ball handling responsibilities. And I'm gonna toss this question to you, Alex. But I don't know if I want to put Jimmy as our primary ball handler like it was in 2020. Jimmy is a very ball dominant player. Like, I think we need oh shit. Oh fuck. I'm gonna tell y'all what we needed. And he came through for me. We need another one of them guys over here. So we got the Cain, got a calculator. My boy TJ jumping in here to save me from this Caucasian stream. My boy TJ, tell me how you feeling tonight, bro. Tell me what you thought about the game.
Hey, man. Duffel bag Bam was here. I called him out in the first quarter. I said, Bam, you might be cooked, brother. I said, you might have resorted to your old ways. And Bam said, I'm pussy. And proceeded to drop 31 and 10 after that tweet. So shout out to Big Bam. Hey, man, we got Jimbo hooping too. Jimbo finding Bam. Hey, man.
We just talk about that, dog.
Oh no, man. Something must be in it. This team confuses me, bro. They want to drop random games to the worst teams in the league. They play the Clippers with Paul George. Yeah, they was without Kawhi. They've been playing without Kawhi all fucking year. They play the Clippers, and all of a sudden they look like a well-oiled machine, and Drew Smith is their starting point guard. I don't even know. I don't know what it is with this team anymore. Good for them getting the W, but who knows what direction this team is going.
No, but I'm going to toss this right back at you because we were just discussing that Jimmy Bam pick and roll that you alluded to a little bit. Listen now, Alex said this is the first time we done seen some shit like this in the 3 years that they done been around.
Ever.
Like the first time that we done seen Jimmy pass Bam ball as much. Is this something that they gonna keep doing, or is this something that they did for one night only? Shout out to the Dream Girls.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Something different going on this year. Something different is happening. Maybe Jimmy finally trusts Bam, and it sounds crazy. They've played good together for some games, but it hasn't they don't play well with each other, if that makes sense. They might have good games at the same time, but Jimmy and Bam don't necessarily work together. It's one of in terms of the way you would build a team, they're probably the two that you would try to keep away from each other the most, in terms of the top two players that you build around. But we got this big stretch from Bam where Bam is all of a sudden becoming him, and he's not giving up these opportunities where he gets the ball in the paint and he's turning and he's looking for people no more. Now it's kind of like if you give him the ball in the paint, that boy going to work.
Me.
You feel me? Exactly. And Jimmy was out all that time and Bam was cooking and they saw what was going on in the pick and roll. So then Jimbo come back and it's like, okay, I can trust you now. He ain't going to look for Duncan Robinson and Max Strus no more. He kind of just going to go. And maybe, just maybe, we're seeing the results of that trust with Jimmy now. So hopefully it continues. I mean, it looked good. So I hope it continues, man.
That's what I'm saying. So now we done talked about both of them. Let's focus on one. Let's talk about big dog Bam. You feel me? It's kind of like TJ just said, bro. This is the most prolonged stretch that we've seen Bam look at people right in their fucking face and say, you are food and I'm going to bully you. We saw it for a little while he was playing footsie with Batum. And then after a while, he was like, bitch, you know what I mean? You too small. What has been the most pleasant surprise in that turnaround for you for Bam, Alex?
I think it's just he knows that he can do it now. Before, you would just see him he would get the ball in the post and he would throw it right back out or something like that. And now you see him banging in the post, that tip in that he had over with Zubac on his ass. That was when's the last time we see Bam get a tip in? I can't remember it, but he was taking dudes off the dribble. He had that up and under that was absolutely disgusting. When have we seen Bam be aggressive to do an up and under? And so it just feels like a mentality shift on his end. And so that is just so much bigger than what we've seen because we all knew he had the talent. We've seen these games before sprinkled throughout the year. So it was purely a mentality thing. And, we're seeing the shift. I think that's all it is.
When it comes to mentality, them boys was on national TV tonight, George. And it looked to me like Bam said he's not losing in front of the hoes. That's what I saw out there. Bam say, I'm not losing in front of the hoes tonight. But he's been showing that for the past couple of games. What's been your favorite part about this new Bam kind of transition?
It's just the fact that we don't have to watch Tyler try and do his thing for 37 minutes a game. That makes me happy because that guy pisses me the fuck off. Oh my God.
Tell me about it. Talk, George.
Yes, I've never seen a player with so much responsibility, hopes and dreams of an entire organization, fan base that we love.
Not my hopes and dreams.
And just goes, you know what? I'm going to play like Quincy AC and trying to get as many rebounds as possible. And I'm going to add a 3-point shot while I do it. But Bam looked at the roster tonight. He looked at the roster he was versing. He's versing Prestige level 6, Reggie Jackson, who is basically Gabe Vincent further in his progression. He versed Paul George, and I'm not talking about Paul George. Paul George, one of the greatest players in our league today, but he's the only player with more injury issues than Jimmy. He looked at Zubac and said, you know what, this is probably the guy that's trading for Brittany Griner to the Moscow Heat. And they said, I'm versing Nicholas Batum, a 37-year-old Frenchman who's the ugliest looking motherfucker I've ever seen. And Marcus Morris, the guy whose brother had pissed us off by getting his neck snapped by Snorlax over in Denver and said, I'm going to take over. I'm fucking them today. I'm going to destroy them. And he did.
Bro. No lube. No condom. No spit. Nothing. Bro. That's what. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Joe.
That was on the beach as well. There was some sand in there as well. It was dirty. It was rough. It was unsensual. But Jesus Christ, if you're going up against Luke Kennard and John Moore, who's painted more pictures than in rehab than he has played games in the last 7 years of his career, I swear to God, if you don't go there and say I'm gonna fucking cook these idiots, then there is no hope for you. You are Bam motherfucking Adebayo. I love you so much, and keep doing what you're doing.
No, for sure. Like I think that's one of the things. Like we got the little meme or whatever where we got him in the mirror talking about he is a role player. But I think what you said, like towards the end, was the most poignant thing. Like he's been looking at himself and like, yo, you are Bam fucking Adebayo, bro. Like, and whoever you're playing is not. Like, so go out there and show him why you are who you are. Alex Campbell, thank you for the $4.99. Don't know. He said, I would say that what has been different lately is they have actively been trying to find Bam and letting him work. No, for sure. And it's also been about him taking on the responsibility of doing the work. Belinsky Pierre with the $1.99. Don't know. Am I the only one on the depot train?
Yes.
Jeez. Maybe not. Maybe Ant might got a depot agenda in there somewhere. That boy bag is limitless with that dumb shit.
Brother.
This guy stinks. But no, Ant, we're gonna come to you with the Bam conversation. What did Bam do tonight that's kind of in line with what he's been doing the rest of the nights? That kind of leads you to believe that he can continue this? Because you did say a little bit earlier that you're kind of flipping on him.
Yeah, I mean, first off, out of all that crazy shit that George just said, I can't believe he said he was mad at Markieff Morris for almost getting paralyzed by a 350-pound sloppy fat boy.
He's soft. He's built like a corn dog. He's
Jokic
not
would kill you with that.
Snap him like chalk.
He would kill you.
He would not kill me. He couldn't kill me.
George said he playing next game. Fuck is you talking about?
George Russell's alligators down under, okay? Jokic ain't got shit.
Fuck is you talking that?
That's true. Those Australians are built different. But anyways, I mean, the most important thing with Bam, right, is the prolonged stretch. We've seen Bam have games just like he's had tonight multiple times. We've seen him do it in the playoffs against the Celtics in 2020 and last season. We've seen it. The reason I said I'm about to change my mind is because it is by far the longest stretch that we've ever seen. I just pulled it up right here. His last 7 games, he's averaging 27 points a night. Bam. The same Bam who we'd get frustrated, used to take 8 shots almost every single game last season. That guy is shooting over 27, is making over 27 points a game in the last couple of weeks. So it's really incredible stuff. Especially, I was thinking too when Twan came on and started talking about the Jimmy and Bam point that y'all were talking about, because I know I kind of disagreed. Something interesting we did see tonight that kind of correlated to a better pick and roll game versus when Lowry or Tyler is running it is Bam. If you subtract the free throws, he had 28 points tonight. Literally every single point was in the paint. So I was making a point that Bam has been hooping over the last couple of weeks, so it doesn't necessarily matter if it's Jimmy running it or if it's Lowry running it. But we know Bam's been taking a ton of mid-range shots over the last couple of weeks, which is obviously great because it shows he's gotten better in the offseason. But for him to still go out there, and again, if you subtract the free throws, get 28 points off of just basically pick and roll and paint points and driving and attacking, it's impressive. I mean, he is the one guy you can look at on this team and say he without a doubt got better. I was part of the dumbass camp that said this was going to be a good roster because of internal development. Very clearly, I was wrong about that. You know, I was banking on Tyler here. I was banking on Bam. Tyler, you obviously didn't get it. He's had flashes, but he's the same guy at the end of the day, just in a bigger role. But Bam Adebayo, he's the only guy you can look at. And Caleb Martin, I'll give him a little bit too. But Bam Adebayo, you can very clearly look at him and say, this guy got better. Unfortunately, the rest of the team is obviously has its issues, so it doesn't matter. But it's encouraging to see. You gave him the max extension. He's the guy you wanted to see it from. You know, you wanted to see it from Tyler too because he got his bag, but nobody expected Tyler to ever be an all-star, even at his max, maybe borderline. But Bam, I think every single person with basketball IQ, well, I was looking at Tyler being an all-star, actually. Me and Twan, let's not forget. No matter what he said.
I'm just saying.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No matter what that man above me says.
We'll review the film.
By the way, I love the name Twan. I could not agree more. Better than Barai. I could not agree more. Anyways, we've seen Bam Adebayo. Anybody with any sort of basketball IQ was looking at Bam Adebayo presently as an all-NBA first-team player. They really are. And that is a huge step and not something I expected coming into the season. So if he keeps it up, it'll be a really important sign going forward for years to come.
So you said a lot of things that kind of got me to thinking. Like one thing that we were talking about when it comes to internal development, we were looking at Bam and Tyler and like you said, Tyler's kind of leveled off still a little bit like the same player. But Bam's leap it's not like just a regular internal development leap. It is significant. And so, TJ, I'm going to play with your heart a little bit. If Bam Adebayo, if this is who he is for the rest of the season, that absolutely changes what this team is for sure. And I need you to tell me what this team is if Bam plays like this for the rest of the season.
Oh my God, George. If Bam Adebayo was this, if he's this, amen. And the Heat got two. Again, the rest of the roster is hot garbage. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But if he's this guy, like he's playing at like a top 15 level, even with the defense, and now you add the offense.
I'm with Alex.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Listen here. I'm not gonna do that because all of a sudden I'm gonna say what I feel because I'm a fan, right? And then it's gonna be way too high, and I'm not getting disappointed. So I'm gonna say top 15. He can be top 15. He could be 8 in the top 15, but I ain't gonna say 8. You feel me? So yeah, he playing at top 15 level, and then Jimmy Butler can be Michael Jordan whenever he wants to. So you got two dudes who like legit, bro. Ooh. That's a problem, bro. That's a problem. That's a problem when you're playing like the elite teams. Because all we really need from Bam, like all we've needed in the past from Bam is just to be this, right? And not even this, but something close to this, something in that relative area to this, right?
He could have been less than this, and we would have been.
If he's less than this last year, before just Game 7, you know, if he's the entire series against Boston, hey brother, hey man, they might have been to the. You feel me? They might have been in the final playing Golden State. But that's besides the point. That's in the past. But yeah, they could be a problem this year. Obviously, they're going to need production from the rest of the roster. They need something from Kyle Lowry. They need Tyler Herro to be good. But him and Jimmy being good together, and not only good, but like really, really good together, like one of the best duos in the league together, that changes the math a whole lot.
Jose, bro, you spit it right now. Don't worry about it. This nasty ass get Lowry off my team because now they better without him agenda is about to go crazy and piss some people off in the process. Don't kill. I ain't gonna lie. I lied on this man because I thought he was lying to me. His camera off right now. But ladies and gentlemen, Adebayo has showed up to work. As soon as that camera come back on, we gonna put the ball on the hey, but we got better than Adebayo already on here. So I mean, hey, you can slap that mic on you want. You said what?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's all. I'm just saying hi. I'm dipping out.
I feel you. Hello, Adam. First and foremost, Bam plays like this for the rest of the season. What are you expecting for this team?
Front exit, but Bam is looking like an all-NBA player, so that's good. That changed nothing.
I just want to know, like, if Bam is gonna be this, it does change something, bro, because it makes his team okay. Like, it makes them solidly in the first round
average. Yeah, it makes them an average team.
Yeah, if Bam's gonna be it makes them a little bit better than average.
I don't know. I haven't
if Bam is gonna play like this,
look, like I think Bam's defense has dropped off a bit this season than in seasons past, and I think his offensive production has made up this year for the drop off from defense from the years past. So I think it's still the same team. You still have Bam and Jimmy playing at their highest. The rest of the team is a mess. That's the issue.
TJ, that's how you want to jump in.
Adam, you think you feel like that because they playing a shit ton of zone? Like he can't really do a whole lot of stuff that makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. Defense dropped off because they're playing zone so much because the rest of the roster. They're playing man. Bam's defense would not take hit at all. Like I get it.
Your mic doing the double up thing again, Adam.
That's my signal to go.
All right, bro. Appreciate you for stopping in and coming to work. But no, I do think he brings up something very interesting that I want to kind of dive into a little bit with Bam's kind of defense taking a step back so that his offense could flourish. Are you okay with that, Alex? Like, are you just letting that, you know what I mean? If Bam's going to be this offensively, are you okay with losing a little bit on the defensive side of the ball?
I mean, I don't even know how to answer that. It just feels like it's a net neutral. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, Bam, I've been saying for, years now, Bam is a top 15 player in the league, and that was when he was averaging 19 and a half a game or whatever the fuck it was. So the fact that his defense was that elite and he was top 15, to me, that speaks to a lot. There's a lot of numbers that say, like, Bam's on-offs for our defensive splits, like, show that he's still like at the top of his defensive game. But I do think Adam does have a point. Like, the zone did fuck with it a little bit. I think it fucked with a lot of guys. Like, Gabe Vincent is just a much worse defender in zone. Like, he's ass in zone. He's a small dude. He needs to be a pester on the ball. That's just what it is. I think Bam is better, like TJ said, in a man situation. Do I want to sacrifice his defense for offense? Maybe, yeah. I mean, like, if Jimmy's not going to be consistently going and getting me 25, 26 a game, and Bam wants to, I'll take that. Tyler's too inconsistent. I'll take it. Like, so at the end of the day, I mean, maybe it is okay, even if it drops off a little bit. Maybe we don't get Depoy Bam. Maybe we get MVP Bam.
And that's kind of my point. I think even if Bam's defense drops off just a little bit, there's a baseline with Bam. It ain't but so, like, he ain't going to be a bad defender anyway. He's still going to be an elite defender, even with dropped off defense.
Maybe he's not the best defender in the league. Okay,
it's
all right.
Maybe he only the fifth best defender in the league.
But all right.
But putting 27 a game up, I'll take it. Thank you, Alex Kevin, for the $4.99. Don't know. He said this game just makes me want Lowry gone more. Everyone looked more comfortable. Everyone did not look more comfortable. That boy Drew Smith looked like a deer in fucking headlights out there. That bitch is sorry. I don't care what y'all talking about. Yes, he got out the way. Yes, he let other people do what they want to do. But that motherfucker is not good at basketball, okay? He is little ponytailed Haywood Highsmith. He did nothing. That bitch did nothing except for look like one of the members of the barge out there. That bitch, bro, listen, bro. He had that silk press going out there in the middle of the court, not doing shit, bro. He's not making nothing, not passing nothing, not defending nothing. Get your ass off the court. That's what the fuck Drew Smith need to be doing. He better be glad We ain't have no more guards. Thank you, Darius Jordan, for the $20 dono. He said the nasty man is back. Bam had 20 and 10. I didn't watch, but I heard. Let me correct you on them $20, nasty man. Bam had 31 and 10. You hear me, my boy? So give my boy all his credentials when he decided to do that. No, I'm not putting that up. I almost put your comment up, Shad. You are terrible. I want to come to you on this conversation, George. But I forgot what the conversation was, to be perfectly honest with you. So we're going to move to a different one. I want to talk about Tyler Herro Sarez. That man did not show up, but for, like somebody said 3 minutes. Like 3. And look, it was an important stretch that Tyler Herro decided to show up for. I want to give him credit because I usually say he's not impactful. We needed all of his points in that fourth quarter little spurt that he went on. So we needed that. But outside of that little pocket of time, he was a net negative for most of this game, bro. Like, talk about Tyler Herro's game tonight, George.
He needs to stop picking his different baby mamas now, and he needs to start working on that shot in the clutch because, oh, my God. Look, I'll give him credit. He was good for most of the game. He made some big shots. He made some good shots. I know we didn't have the best shooting game, but all round, I'm saying he still had 9 rebounds. When we make jokes about that, saying he shouldn't be rebounding, he shouldn't be doing this, shouldn't be doing that. We need fucking rebounds though. Like sometimes you need someone to get the rebound. So if he's gonna be the one to do it, I don't give a shit. Let him do it as well.
He's stealing them motherfucker though.
He
took
9 rebounds, 9 defensive. That's it. That's all you need to fucking know.
Was that Bam?
He took one from Bam, and Bam went like this, and he was like, "Really? Like, get the fuck out of here!"
Bro, he tried to steal one from Haywood Highsmith, and then Nick Batum stole it and got a rebound, a foul, and 2 buckets.
If you're stealing rebounds from Haywood Highsmith, you have no heart. That guy needs to make the money. He needs to bring some money home for the family, and he's stealing it. Tyler Herro is the reason why he's not going to have a job, but for no other reason but that.
Tyler Herro can stay on my team.
Tyler Herro, oh my God, does the best. He does the best T-Rex impression I've ever seen in my entire life. He does that little mini hack-up shot, and his arms look there close to his chest. I hate it. But in the clutch, he needs to work on his execution as well. Like, in the last minute and a half when we were, Jesus, mother of God. In the last... and... when the game's on the line and you need to actually have, you need to execute, you need to have good execution and make your shots and everything like that. He doesn't do that. He struggles. He thoroughly struggles. He does. When we were up by 5 and there was, a minute and a half left, Bam he just inbounded the ball. Yeah, if you had a defender on your back, he inbounded the ball. And Tyler just dropped it, literally grabbed it, dropped it out of bounds. And they've got a minute and a half to make a comeback. We're only up by 3 at that point, actually.
It was another time where Tyler went up for a shot. Bam went to the rim to get the damn rebound in case he missed, and Tyler threw the ball at his back. Like, bro.
Tyler's that my career player that you just started up, but you're like you put it on like rookie difficulty and you're still trying to do something with it. The stats look good, but your plus minus is still like -15 and you look like ass. But it's fine. And you've got a 56 jump shot. But with some time and some VC, he can fix that. But I need to see improvement because I swear to God, I'm getting sick of it. I really am. If you don't, by this point of your career, you need to start making big shots. You need to start making yourself the focal point of an offense. I need it. Yes, you do. And we've seen him for years now.
I'm giving Tyler the same grace that I gave Bam, which means this year we know the money coming, but the money not here yet. Next year is when I will put Tyler on that criteria.
Bam will the second year of his career being an All-NBA defender.
I gotta push back though a little bit. Like, not every player is gonna be a Luka by 22. Like, Tyler's not that. That's okay. He can get better. It's just you need to see the progression. If Tyler comes into his own by age 25, age 26, I'll take that shit. I'm fine with that.
You don't think he should be further along now than he actually is? You don't think that right now?
Well, maybe not. Like, the problem I see between these arguments is that you guys may be giving him more credit than he deserves. Like, he may be closer to who he's going to be by the time he's 25 than any of us realize. And I want to give Ann a chance to get in here and talk because he's been quiet for a really long time. But I think sometimes people may say, okay, growth is not linear. Tyler is absolutely going to become a better player in this league. But my question is always, how much better can he become? And I think that's where people kind of differentiate. Like, is he going to be a 25 point per game scorer? Or is he going to score 21, 22, but much more efficiently? Like some shit like that. Like that's where I'm going. And you can talk about Tyler in any way, shape, fashion, or form you want. I don't really have a question for you.
Yeah, no, I really don't like a lot of the disrespect I'm hearing with Tyler. A lot of people now.
Here you go.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's just that. First of all, a lot of people are saying that
like, Tyler praise is never accepted.
Well, people are saying that this might be, like you said, this is probably closer to what his full potential is, which maybe, right? But when a lot of people compare him to these other young stars like Donovan Mitchell or Luka, Trae Young, all these guys were drafted to shitty teams and they have the whole team built around them and they could chuck as much as they want so their stats look good. I just think that's something that's lost. Tyler's been a guy who's never even been a top 2 option on his team. So I think his numbers and a lot of how the media and people would view him would be different if he was a number 1 option because he's a guy that can get a bucket. But the main thing I wanted to talk about with him is something that George did bring up, and I'm glad he did, is people being mad at Tyler for rebounding is the stupidest thing to me because you're looking at a team that sucks at rebounding. So when you get a guard that can actually rebound and help you out in your weakest area, I actually think that's something that's really, really important. Because imagine if he wasn't here, we'd be saying, damn, we know we don't have any bigs, but if we could only have a guard that could help out a little bit. And you do. And also, I think the sign of a good player is make sure y'all hit the like button. Shout out to Paris Stevens. But the sign to me of a good player who is a scorer is even when he has off shooting nights like he had tonight, you could still look to do something else. He's not a complete waste out there. And again, he didn't shoot well tonight, but he hit the shots when it matters and he helped get some boards. That to me is the sign of a good player. And they actually won one of his games that he didn't shoot. But he's actually, I want to say he is shooting a career high from the field. He's 45%, which is fine for a young guy that takes a lot of jump shots. Like, that's good. So I just don't want to act like Tyler is ass. And even last game when he shot 12 of 17 and we were coming on here disrespecting him, like, it's weird. It is really weird that all his good games they lose. I honestly don't have an explanation for that. It's weird. And I know
not weird. I got an explanation.
It's stagnant and all that stuff. But to me, it's weird. If Tyler doesn't play like he did last game, they lose by 40 points, which is damn near close to the 20.
So what? What's the difference between losing by 40 points and losing by
absolutely nothing? And as I'm saying the words, I acknowledge that as well. But I don't like the rebound. People say he's not paid to rebound. I understand that. But he's doing a decent job scoring the ball. He's still averaging 20 points on relatively efficient shooting. And the fact that on his off shooting nights, he might have 10 assists or he might have 15 rebounds, I think that's a plus. He's not just some bum like a Luke Kennard or Duncan Robinson that if they're not hitting their shots, they're complete zero out there. At least he can do something else. So I just want to give him some credit for that.
That motherfucker might be Luke Kennard. Go ahead, TJ. And then, George, I'll come to you, bro.
I don't give a fuck about Tyler Herro. He was ass. Except for that fourth quarter stretch. Shout out to him. But on the rebounding thing, watch what Tyler does when he gets a rebound, bro. If Tyler Herro gets a rebound, he is shooting every time.
That transition pull-up 3 is coming, bro.
It's coming off a rebound, bro. Watch what he does. When he gets the board, he's either going to the rack, he's going to try to draw a foul, he's going to shoot that ugly-ass mid-range jump shot that Karate was dick-eating on the oh, my God. He was gassing that up. Or he's taking that transition 3. He does it every single time I watch. And then watch when he wants to get the rebound, when he tries to get the rebound and doesn't get it. He ain't doing shit on that offensive possession. Watch it. I watched it over and over again. Happened this game. He does it every single time, bro. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. He gets the ball in the Florida offense and everything looks great. Everything looks awesome. You feel me? And then when he wants to be duffel bag Tyler, when he wants to shut down the offense, Jimmy and Bam eating, and Tyler's like, oh, me too. And it's a whole lot of ass. So I'm tired of him, man. I'm tired of him. I just wish he was good.
I think for me with the whole Tyler thing is like, yeah, Tyler could be a leading man if you put him in the same situation as those other people. But how much is that actually winning you? Like, Tyler's style of play isn't conducive to other people getting involved.
They'd be the worst team in the league if he had his own team. But I'm just talking.
So I don't understand
the perception of him. But
the perception of him would be the same. George, I know you wanted to jump in here, bro. Go ahead and jump in on Tyler.
The reason why we waste all of not like per se, we waste all of Tyler's good games is because the more time that he spends on the field is the more time he spends on defense, and the reason why we lose as well.
He was a plus 14, by the way, George.
I don't give a
said he's
fuck
always a
what he
minus
was,
15.
and
So
I don't
if
give
you're
a fuck
going
what
to
he
say
is.
some
I
stats to be
literally
accurate, you could not be more far off in your assessment of his plus minus tonight. He was actually the literal
stop with the
opposite.
plus minus. Take the plus minus out of it for a second.
Your words, not mine. You said minus 14 every night. That's all.
I watched Reggie Jackson blow past him 5 times.
Put you in a box
and
just then, Joel.
Put me in a box. He mentioned one stat that literally is anyway.
I'm just saying he put you.
I'm telling you right now that I saw Reggie Jackson blow past him 5 times this game and miss all 5 layups, open fucking layups. And Tyler Herro was standing there like this with his hand on his hip, going, "Oh, he's gonna make the shot. Yeah, really close." It's pissing me off. Don't sit with the plus 14 bullshit. He is not a good defender. That is not changed. That has not changed at all. And it's not going to change for a very long time. For a very, very long time.
I agree. I did mention the defense because it is god awful. But
you said we waste all of his good games. That's
y'all
not a waste.
All of y'all, and listen, I'm not huge on Tyler either because he is massively overpaid for a guy who can never be the 3rd best player on a championship team. So I'm not saying that. I've changed my mind on him. He got off to a hot
got you,
start.
Alex. Don't worry, bro. I know you're boiling over there. I got you.
And he's been all right. But listen, I know y'all say the offense gets stagnant when he goes in his bag. You're right. But I really think that if we didn't have Tyler and we seen Jimmy have to do everything every night, we'd say, damn, I wish we had a guy like a Lou Williams, like a Jordan Clarkson, who can come in and just go ISO.
We would
and
win so many more games if Tyler was.
I think
we would be saying that, but we want him off the bench and not as a starter. Like that's the problem. Like that's the issue. Like but this is guy we're talking about as a starter. Alex, get your shit off about this Tyler Herro conversation because I know it's pissing you off.
I don't even know where to start. Like, who gives a fuck about the rebounds, honestly? Like, the only thing I'll say on the rebounds is watch, like TJ said, watch when he rebounds. Yes, when he gets a rebound, he's out on the break. But the other thing is, like, he's not boxing dudes out to get rebounds. He's just getting the ones that clang far away from the fucking rim. Like, he's not getting these dirty, gritty rebounds. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Who cares? Second thing is, like, yes, Tyler can be the 3rd best player on a championship team. He is not a very cognitive player right now in his career. And that's why I push back on George a little bit. He was a late lottery pick. That's a dude that's usually a project player for like the first 5 years of their career. And his timeline got pushed up. He's the youngest 6 man in history. He's averaging 20 on pretty good shooting last year, this year a little bit too. So there's a lot more to Tyler potentially in the future. Should he come off the bench? Should he start? I don't know. That's like a long fucking discussion we can have, of course. But like it's the same thing, you know. He needs to know when to pick his spots within the game, and I just don't think he's smart enough, and I don't think he's played the game of basketball at a high enough level to know when that is. And I think he just needs to learn that over time in the game. He might learn that when he's 25, like by the time he's 25, 26. Like Luka is Luka because that dude figured out the fucking game when he was 17 years old. Tyler was 5'8" when he was 17 years old, probably. Like, we're expecting this guy to average 25, and he's the 13th overall pick, 14th overall pick. So, lower your expectations a little bit. He could get there. He might not, but he could. Just lower your expectations.
You said something about Tyler that was like egregious to me, and I cannot like remember tonight. I'm off my game a little bit, so we just gonna move a little bit. I'm gonna let you have it tonight, but when I remember, I'm gonna cuss your ass out behind these screens. Like Alex Campbell, thank you for the $4.99. Don't know. He said Devin Booker was a 20-win a season loser, inefficient shot chucker for 3-4 seasons. So yes, perception would be much different. Devin Booker is a much better basketball player than Tyler Herro will ever be. That's it. That's the reality of it. Like that, he just is, and it's not like a shot at Tyler. It's just acknowledging how good Devin Booker is at basketball. Like it's just the truth. Yeah, we didn't spend much time talking about this game, but who cares? Like the Heat won, and I was excited. It was great. Let's talk about the next one. They played against San Antonio at 5:00. Woo! Y'all should just talk about the whole San Antonio game right now because You won't see me. That's not. I ain't
gonna be there.
I said that shit last time and then came on as a panelist. I'm gonna be a man of my word this time. I'm actually gonna leave y'all hoes out here to defend for y'all self. The boy feeling good. I already know you ain't gonna be here, TJ. That's not a thing.
As long as you know, big dog.
The boy feeling good.
To be honest, man, I don't feel anything because I really don't care about this regular season anymore. To me, this regular season has become about Bam Adebayo, and I was really excited to see what he did tonight. And I'm excited to see if him and Jimmy can build off what they did. Unfortunately, Jimmy's probably going to take another rest day because that seems what he seems to be doing this year anyways. But that's all this season's become about to me. Seriously, that's all it's become about. I actually think Alex made that's very well said, Alex. Your point on top here. I actually do agree with all that. So I don't know what you thought was egregious, Royal. So you think of it, you could cuss me out too because I thought it was well said. But yeah,
when have I ever not cut you? That's
you're right.
Like
you don't need
natural dialogue.
I retract that.
Nobody fucking permission. But I was just saying it was gonna happen anyway. So it's not like even if you didn't agree with Alex, even if you disagreed vehemently with Alex, I was gonna find a way to cuss you out.
And what would you do if I politely asked you not to cuss me out?
I don't know. Why does he ask me these type of things? I don't know this type of stuff.
I don't care about the Spurs game. Give me another 30 points from Bam, and I'm happy.
No, for sure. Joy, the boy feeling good?
Remember the name. Malachi Branham. He is averaging a whopping 5.3 points a game. He's going to deliver a 36-point bomb on y'all. He's going to destroy us. I just feel it. I feel it in my bones. Alex, you can start getting that. You can start getting that little graphic that you do going up as well.
Raise another banner.
Kelvin Johnson just dropped 32 today of 14 of 21. Trey Jones, the brother of Tyus Jones, just dropped 26. If the brothers of destruction are coming today, it's going to be like Undertaker and Cain all over again. It's going to destroy us. I feel it. But yeah, no, we're going to win.
Yeah, I'm about to say, fuck is you talking about? You sound ridiculous. Alex, the boy feeling good?
I don't know. Like, I got my agendas, of course, and I'm just gonna rip off the next few games, not just the Spurs here, because like, if something's gonna happen this season, it's now, right? And if you want to win me back onto your agenda, whoever's watching this, if you want to win me back to your agenda, it's got to happen now because we play the Spurs, the Pacers, the Thunder, the Rockets, the Spurs, the Bulls, the Pacers, the Timberwolves, and the Lakers consecutively. That's 9 in a row against ass teams. So, if we're going like 7-2, okay. If we go like 3-6, I am not shutting the fuck up ever again. Like, you will never hear me cave to anything. No one say anything to me ever again.
Listen, it don't matter if we win or lose. You can't shut me the fuck up. No way. Because I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say when I want to say it. And I don't give a shit who like it and who don't fucking like it. How about them apples and oranges, bitches? That's just it is what it is. But that boy Jose Matos is spitting though. He say we are ass too. Now listen now. We can't just be putting ourselves above all these teams. Well,
we're not even above most of them in the standings.
You feel? See, I also disagree with something you said. I don't think Jimmy gonna take the next game off. He gonna come back. He gonna play this game, but he's not gonna do anything. He's gonna score 8 points.
Same thing.
Yeah. But Bam, that's a mistake. TJ, the boy feeling good?
I don't even know anymore, bro. I don't know anymore. This team don't know what they want to do, but this is the stretch. I'm glad that Alex ran off the games. It's time to decide, Miami Heat. It don't got to be difficult. It don't got to be complicated. We need to pick a direction. I need some L's, and this is the time to do it. Not only do bad teams lose to good teams, bad teams lose to bad teams as well. You see the scoot stop. I need it. I need some L's. I'm not feeling good about the San Antonio Spurs. I think they beat them. I do. I think they beat them. But I need some Lakers L's in there. You know, I need about 6-7 L's in this next 9-game stretch. So they'll beat the Spurs. They'll beat them at 5:00. I won't be here to cover it, but they'll beat them. But I need about 6-7 L's in this next stretch.
TJ, it could all be so simple. Like the primary sponsor of the Basement Sports Network, Simple Health Advisors. Ladies and gentlemen, insurance does not need to be complicated. You make sure that you give my guy James Poe a call at 321-345-7738 or email him at jpoe@simplehealthadvisors.com. Yeah, man, that man do life insurance. He does other kinds of insurance. And you did a commercial. You tell them what kind of insurance my boy do, because I don't really know all along.
Medicare, life insurance, health insurance, it don't matter. Hit up my dog James Poe, and he might even have something that you don't even know he got. But give him a call. He got everything. He can help y'all out, man. He's the man for real. He can do it all.
No, for sure. Like most of y'all, I believe the Heat finna blow that shit out. Fuck is you talking about? I don't care what Jimmy Butler does at this point for the rest of the season. I never cared. To be real with you, from the beginning of the season, I said Jimmy can take 50 games off. For all I give a fuck. I only care about Jimbo. He can't do it if we hope to get to the playoffs, but I only care about playoff Jimbo. All right? Okay? I care about regular season Idris because this is part of the process. All right? That is what I care about postseason Idris too. Don't get me twisted. You know what I mean? But I care about Idris's process this season. I care about Tyler's process this season. Tyler's process ain't processing. Bam's is. It is not. Tyler's ain't doing what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? But Bam's process is doing exactly what we had hoped it did, maybe even if it was a couple of years ago, but it's happening now, and I just want to see him continue that stretch of play throughout the course. Like, I want to see him look like he believes that he can carry this team because he absolutely can. He absolutely has, and if he continues to do that, I asked the question earlier, I better be changing my tune if Bam get to doing this. I'm going to be talking foolish to y'all if Bam Adebayo dropping 30-point games out here. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm talking rings. I'm talking banners. I'm talking Heat at 5 versus Boston. If Bam doing this, I'm talking fucking hysterical on this TV show. So make sure y'all keep it locked in on the Basement Sports Network. Make sure y'all leave us a like. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all follow everybody on this panel except for me. Block me, please, because I'm just going to piss you off on the timeline anyway. So thank you guys in the comments, as always, for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to my guy, Alex. Thank you to George. Thank you to Ant. Thank you to Adam for his 5 minutes worth of work. And, of course, my boy, Cain TJ, for joining the panel. We'll see you motherfuckers next time. Play the video, Justin.
Oh, yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air. We about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe. You already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the trade, yes and no, friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul. But when the ring is the goal, but if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes. Going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement. Going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes.
So motherfucker just not gonna end the stream. That's what we doing out here.
We
Y'all
live,
almost
y'all
caught me
boys.
The post game.
I was just about to
welcome to the post game show. Hey, listen, that boy Justin got motherfuckers waiting in here like MCU credits.
That boy is
MCU credits.
It's 88 people still in here waiting for that boy to play a different video.
Justin, what you
That boy
doing?
sleep. That boy sleep.
Oh, wake up!
Christopher took the reins tonight.
It won't let me. It won't let me.
It won't let you in the stream.
24-hour show.
Hey, you said what now?
24-hour show.
The hell you preach. Good night.